points home. You're very happy with your side's performance here tonight?
Look, that's what the game's about. It's about getting 3 points and keep winning and keep collecting the points. It's a results-driven industry, and we want the Brisbane supporters to be proud of us and to be supporting a team that's playing in finals. So I think we're showing our passion. We're showing our competitive spirit week in, week out. We're showing how together we are and how we put team first. And surely we're making people proud by how hard every single player is working, because that's the fundament. And from then on, yeah, we have to find a way to win, no matter what.
Fast start from your side, so you're pleased with the way your side started in that first 10 to 15 minutes to put a side like Victory, who may be struggling a little bit, to put them on the back foot early. Must be happy with that?
Yeah, 100%. That was the plan from the get-go, to go in and try to suffocate them. And I think we were a little bit unfortunate not to get a goal before the goal. And it would have, yeah, I really like how they went into that game, because also the conditions were very difficult. You know, it was very humid, and it was going to get harder and harder as the game went on. But credit to the boys as well. They're showing a mental toughness that I absolutely love. You know, a mental toughness that you see from players in Europe, that they'll roll up their sleeves and work very hard to keep another clean sheet, which is amazing.
It's 5 games now at home, dating back to the end of last year, keeping clean sheets at Suncorp Stadium. The night's been a real emphasis for you, but that must be really pleasing for you to continue keeping that going once again.
Yeah, 100%. I've always said that keeping clean sheets brings you a lot closer to winning things. And when you have a mentality like that, I think it's you couldn't be prouder of your players, because not only do they give 100%, their focus is outrageous. And you're doing it also with 2 central defenders that are under 20, which says a lot. So with them and the whole team, you know, we've spoken from day one that it takes 11 players to defend as a team and to attack as a team. And yeah, they're doing that. I think couldn't be prouder of them today, getting these 3 points. It was important 3 points.
You spoke about the centre backs, both Yassine and when he comes back, and Lucas. Obviously, you've only got Lucas for a couple more games. Are you looking to replace him, or is it a case of you've got the squad right now and the next man up to take his place? Because he has been immense at the start of the season.
Yeah, I think he's been really good. I'll be quite blunt. I saw a curriculum defender when I came here, and now he looks like a defender, because they've learned how to defend. And that's an art that's been forgotten. I said that in day one, and we keep forgetting it in Australia, because all we want to talk about is possession and passes and the aesthetic part of the game. And if we don't get points, it's probably sometimes more important to look, I had more possession. But they've learned how to defend, and you can see that, because you have to work on defending. It's not something that just happens. So I think he's improved a hell of a lot in these last 5 months. And yeah, he looks like a real defender.
Arthur was in here before. He was very critical of the surface tonight. What are your thoughts on that, as far as the pitch that he played on tonight?
It is what it is, and what we've said from day one is anyone, anywhere, anytime. So I don't know any winner in any sport that makes excuses or complains or whatever. You just find a way to win. And today we had to adapt and to do so. I remember once we went on a field at pre-season, and I said to the boys, we're going out to battle. You know, when Alexander the Great used to go for battle with 3 million Persians, he didn't look at the surface and say, whoop, we can't fight here today. He said, we're going to fight, we're going to win. And that's the difference. And that's what we're building. So I can understand, yeah, the pitch, but if I keep talking about the pitch, yeah, the players will keep talking about it. But you saw today, anywhere, anytime, anyone. And that's what they've got, and I really like it. And that's starting to build and get momentum, because they really believe in each other and the work they're doing, and I'm super proud.
And also as well, a couple of flash points in the game. Obviously as well, you said this before, you'd like to see that in that passion. Was that what you saw tonight, especially with Victory, seemed to be a lot more physical, showing obviously they want to also come out as well and make a point given their struggles.
Yeah, we were expecting it, but it's not something you can just flick on a switch and make it happen. So it's going to be like moments in the game where they're going to do that. Where if you look at the game last week against Auckland are like that. It was a battle throughout. So it was always going to be a tough one because we know they're coming from bad results, but we look at it and we've been speaking about it as a team that it's all about us and what we do. And what I saw today was a team that was very professional, a team that said, okay, that's the battleground, this is what we have to do, and this is what's going to happen. So we didn't try to do, we adapted to what we needed to do. So in the end, like I said from the beginning, it's about 3 points.
And just finally from me, next week, away to Adelaide, former stomping ground of yours, more of the same against a team at the moment that's in form, especially in attack.
Yeah, they're doing really well. They're playing good football. We'll meet them in Adelaide. I think it's at, what time is it on? Sunday, 7 p.m. Yeah, we'll meet them then.
Michael, pleasing to see Long get back on the pitch too and starting to get more game minutes into the leagues too after his couple of weeks of out of the team. How do you sort of see him now getting more minutes into the starting 11? Who, by right, I think it's your third straight that you kept the same starting 11. So how do you sort of see that sort of changing at the moment too with Longy?
Yeah, look, Longy's just come back and he was super pleased that he got game time, and I think he did a really good job when he came on, worked really hard and put the team first, which we always talk about. And yeah, Longy's going to, like everyone else, work himself back into the team. That's what it's all about. So we say team first. We've got a good, strong squad. And what I love is that everyone is around each other and loving that we're winning and loving that we're working hard for one another. And yeah, we're together. So Longy's got enough experience to know what he's got to do. And I love the fact that even him and Henry Hall came on. Henry Hall came on with a task and delivered.
Especially the two young players were the first two subs.
Yep.
The
With
two local Queenslanders, Maroney and McNichol too. Like you have every bit of confidence and faith in them to go out there and do a job on a very tough night, a very tough pitch, but also a very good opposition as well.
Yeah, like I said, no matter the battleground, we trust in our players, and we brought in Maroney because we knew what he can do in midfield. I watched him last season in our B team in the NPL. He was a winner. We knew he would help our midfield in winning duels and challenges, and then play forwards, which he loves to play forwards, and he's comfortable on the ball. And yeah, I was hoping that Quinny could have had a moment where he's either going to give an assist or create something, a situation for himself, and he had a shot at goal. I think, yeah, he's got something special, Quinny, and I love that. We can bring these guys on, and we trust in them. It didn't matter at that moment. We felt the game, it was swinging towards Melbourne Victory, and the arm wrestle was leaning towards them, and we needed to change something. It was in midfield, and these boys knew what they had to do, and they came on and did it. And then obviously later we brought a little bit more experience in with Henry Hall, who I think he knew his task well. I think he was supposed to play 90 minutes, but I think we played 120 in the end. But yeah, that's the situation lately. We're playing more and more time.
Just one last question as well. Obviously you've got players coming back, Henry and Chris Long. Is competition for positions, is that so important to this side as far as building that squad cohesion?
We said it from day one, that's what makes us stronger and better. Because we're one. And everyone competes to become better every single day. They don't compete against each other, they compete against themselves to become 1% better every day. That's the attitude that we talk about. And our training, I see that every day. And the more that we're performing and pushing, the more the other boys are pushing. And that's what I love seeing. I love seeing a training, how hard everyone's working. And their mental focus, their physical output, our training is amazing. And we've got to keep going. It's early days yet, and we've got a difficult next 2 months. That's why this game is so important. You know, we've got 4 away games, and then I think we've got something like, 4 games in 10 days, which I think we're breaking EPL records, but maybe there's not enough time in the year to put schedule all these games in, and we have to rush them in 10 days. I think it's going to be really, we haven't really considered the players' welfare at all for that, or even for our supporters. Because, that period I've been thinking about it for some time now. It's interesting how we've put those fixtures in place. But anyway, as we get closer, I'm sure I'll speak more about it. But I'm looking way ahead, and that's why it's so important now what we do in the next games away from home.